Today, I would like to talk about breathing and remind us, amongst the many reasons why it is important for us to breathe, to keep ourselves alive, basically, right? So before we continue, let's inhale and exhale. Let's read together 1 John chapter 1 verse 9. It says, "If we confess our sins, He is faithful and just and will forgive us our sins and purify us from all unrighteousness." Again, let's breathe. So, this confessing, basically, in short, we can say confessing is to acknowledge something, to agree with something that is happening or that has happened around us. Let's take a moment and compare this confessing to breathing. So here we see the issue with sin. Sin is denying Jesus, basically, like Peter did. That is what sin literally is. It is saying, God, Jesus, I don't know you, I've never known you. We may not say it, but with our actions, we surely declare that we do not know Him. That's how serious sin is. And we see the issues, the problems that come with sin. Sin is this thing of bringing guilt to us, bringing shame, embarrassment, making us feel like we are not worthy of something, worthy of being in God's presence, living for Him with joy and freedom and serving. And God is encouraging us to run towards Him instead of running away from Him. He is telling us, come to me, the source of life, the one who helps us deal with these impurities that is burdensome, that prevents us from enjoying the life that He has called us to live. So that's why confessing our sins is very much important. Well, in our case, we will say breathing. Again, inhale, exhale. Doesn't it make you feel better when you do it? So for the Christian, it is important that you are aware of this idea of confessing. And sometimes we may think confessing is not important because we might think we don't need it. We live these holy lives. We don't see ourselves as people that still sin. Or sometimes we feel trapped. It could be the same sin that is keeping us from freely living for God. And sometimes we might need the church to even step in, a fellow brother, a fellow sister, and just pray with us and trust God to deliver us from this sin that is keeping us down. So, brethren, let us run to God. And it says it so wonderfully that God is faithful and just. He is faithful, meaning He can be trusted, He keeps His promise. And just is He does deal with sin. He doesn't just let it slide. And not only does He forgive us, but He purifies us from all unrighteousness. So God is even doing more than what we expect of Him. If we do it sincerely, of course, because this idea is not telling us to plan sin and still hope that God is going to forgive us. But it is this problem of sin that we face that keeps us stumbling that we should run to Him, confess our sins, and how wonderful it is to know that His Word says He forgives us and He cleanses us from all unrighteousness. So, brethren, I'd just like to remind you about this concept. God is a faithful God. He is the one that can be trusted. And how wonderful it is to serve Him, to fellowship with Him, and to fellowship with fellow believers. That is the strength of Christianity, to be in community, living for Him, and just being provided the opportunity to grow, to become a better person for yourself, the local church, and the community around you. So once again, don't forget to breathe.